Hello everybody, I'm teacher Johnny again, but in this opportunity we are going to explain some classifications and some issues about diphthongs. As you can see, this is a part of your body. In this case, this is your face. Here we have some part of your face, and the vocabulary about the part of your face contains, for example, diphthongs. For example, boy, hair, eye, ear, nose, mouth, and face. Well, according with the pronunciation of those vocabulary, you can find different kind of diphthongs. This classification, for example, is about closing and centering. Okay, let's go to start to understand the diphthongs. First of all, we are going to explain, for example, definitions about diphthongs. Yes, but first of all, we are going to explain, for example, this structure through the following diagram. We are going to compare through those diagrams the difference between English and Spanish. For example, on your left side, you could see this is a familiar picture for you. Yes, you could see, for example, this diagram to explain the different sounds according with the IPA. We could find, for example, some vowel sounds and front, central, and back. But in Spanish, yes, the Spanish structure or Spanish pronunciation is so single, yes, but in English is very complex. It is more complex than the Spanish structure because they represent single pronunciations: e, a, o, and u. But now, what is a diphthong? Diphthong is a vowel sound in which the tongue changes position to produce the sound of two vowels. On the other hand, we have diphthong is a single sound produced when two vowels, one dominant in duration and stress and one reduced in duration and stress, are picked together in a sequence. Here we have around 7 diphthongs. For example, we have ia, ea, au, a, I, and oi. According with this, we have an English diphthong definition. Diphthongs are a combination of two vowel sounds, which take some duration of time of a single long vowel. While we produce diphthongs, the tongue moves from one vocalic position to another. English has 8 diphthongs. They are divided into 2 types, centering and closing diphthongs. We have closing diphthongs. Why it is closing? Because you have to close your mouth when you pronounce the last sound. For example, a, I, ow, and oi. You are working with e, u, and u to produce that kind of diphthongs. Closing. At the beginning, you are going to open your mouth, but at the end, you are going to close your mouth. Yes? Listen again. A, I, ow, and oi. Here we have diphthongs centering. Diphthongs are those sounds that consist of a movement or glide from one vowel to another. The first part of the diphthongs is always longer and stronger than the second part. But in this case, you are going to open your mouth, and the sound is produced in the center of your mouth. Exactly. Ia, ea, ua, oa. Yes, this is a centered diphthong. Ia, ea, ua, oa. Look at the diagram. You can see that the letter is located in the central part of your mouth. Now, we have, for example, this transcription, where you're going to see and to pronounce, for example, diphthongs. Flowers, mouth. You are going to open your mouth, and then we are going to close your mouth. Those are, for example, closing. Flowers, mouse, mice, dozen, cows, trousers. Then we are going to show you other examples. paper or paper, sail, radio, James, railway, station, newspaper or newspaper, and date. In this example, we are working with the diphthong I. Yes, we are going to open and then we are going to close. This kind of diphthong is closing diphthong. This has two sounds. A is a long sound, and then add it. This is a short sound. I don't know if you remember the diagram in the last presentation slides. Most students have little or no difficulties with the sound because it's single. Now, we are going to spell the following example using this diphthong as a closing sound. The sound is I. It's usually written with the letter. This is I or I. In this case, we have the following example. Shy, fine, five, smile, try, buy, fly, right, and sky. Or high, light, night, right, bright. And we finish with I or goodbye. Other spelling could be lie and buy. We have a transcription that we're working with I. Pie, kite, climbing, riding, rise, ride, ice cream, ice skating, good night, Friday. In this example, we are working with owl. It's usually written with the letter O, O. For example, go, hello, no, all, only, hotel. Home, hole, nose, those. Bow, cold, row, jump. No, low, narrow. Show, slow, throw. Though, soul, shoulder. And bow, John, John's, hotel, hello. And we finish with diphthongs. Some people also speak of diphthongs. For example, because we're going to work where are open when you are going to close and you are going to open again, but is centering. Aisle, for example, fire, flower, shower, play, they, lower, enjoyable. Those are some examples about diphthongs.